Welcome to the deep dive. We take your sources, your notes, your research, and really get into the heart of it.
Giving you the key insights, those surprising facts, the stuff that makes you think, uh-huh.
Yeah, cutting through the noise so you get informed, properly informed, just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're looking at a really rich stack of material on self-discipline, drawing quite a bit from Ryan Holiday's Discipline is Destiny. Some key excerpts there.
Right. It's a fascinating topic.
Absolutely. So our mission really is to unpack these core ideas. What is self-discipline? Like, really,
And why does it matter so much? Not just for, getting ahead.
but for character, right? Fulfillment. And crucially, how do we actually build it?
How we cultivate it.
We want to pull out the best takeaways, see how they actually apply in the real world.
Okay, so where do we start? The sources take us right back, foundationally, to Aristotle.
Okay.
He didn't see virtue as something you're just, born with. He saw it as a craft.
A craft, like building or playing music.
Exactly. You become a builder by, building. A harpist by playing the harp. It's active.
So you become just by doing just things. And temperate, that's the word for self-discipline, right? By doing temperate things.
Precisely. It's not a state of being. It's something you do, something you choose constantly.
And that choice, that brings up that ancient idea, akrasia.
Ah, yes. Acrasia. It's that inner battle, that crossroads you keep facing.
The pull towards easy versus effort, bad habit versus good.
Selfish versus selfless, brave versus afraid, ignorance versus a new idea. What are you going to choose right then and there? It's always happening.
Yeah, it's not one big moment, is it? It's all the little ones adding up.
Mm-hmm.
The material draws a great line. Courage is putting your ass on the line.
Right.
But temperance, self-discipline, is about keeping your ass in line.
Huh. Yeah, keeping it in line. And that covers so much, doesn't it?
Like what specifically?
Well, the ability to just work hard, even when you don't feel like it. Saying no.
To temptations, yeah.
Sticking to good habits. Setting boundaries.
Yeah.
Training. Preparing.
Ignoring things that try to provoke you or distract you.
Exactly. Keeping emotions in check. Enduring difficulties. It's giving everything, but also knowing what to hold back.
A balance, then. Intentional, reasonable.
Yeah.
Not just getting swept away.
And the source material's really clear on this. It's not about deprivation.
Okay, that's important.
It's about command of yourself. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Demanding the best of yourself.
Even when nobody's looking.
Especially then. Even when you could totally get away with less.
Yeah.
And living like that, it takes a kind of quiet courage. It sets you apart.
And the sources say discipline is predictive.
Yeah.
Deterministic, even.
Well, that definitely makes success more likely, obviously. But deeper than that, it suggests that regardless of the outcome, win or lose.
You're great because of the discipline itself.
Exactly. And the flip side is pretty stark. Lack of discipline. It puts you in danger. It compromises you, fundamentally.
Which leads to that idea. Freedom requires discipline.
And discipline gives you freedom. It sounds like a paradox, but it's true.
The freedom to actually, take control, grab the reins of your own life.
Your destiny, yeah. It's there. Will you grab the reins? And the starting point for that journey, according to these sources.
Is physical self.
Right. Our body is our glory, our hazard, and our care. St. Paul's idea, keep the body in subjection, not hating it.
But mastering it, so it serves you.
Right. Like the Roman Stoics. Physical endurance, simple food, modest stuff, functional things.
It's easy to admire that simplicity now in our world of abundance.
But it wasn't just about being frugal for its own sake. The point wasn't, washboard abs or avoiding all fun.
So what was the purpose?
Building fortitude, resilience for whatever path you've chosen, being able to go the distance.
Avoiding those dead ends of indulgence or laziness.
Exactly. Because if you don't actively dominate yourself physically, something else will. Laziness, problems, just entropy.
Things fall apart.
They do. So you do the physical work, the exercise, the right choices, because it's necessary for what you're actually here to do.
Lou Gehrig comes up here, right? The Iron Horse.
Yeah, playing 2,130 consecutive games. Incredible. But the source points out he wasn't a robot.
No. He felt doubt. Wanted to quit sometimes.
Absolutely. Tired of the high standards, didn't feel like it. He had the same voice we all have, whispering doubts.
He just didn't listen.
He cultivated the habit of not listening. He knew, fundamentally, that once you make that first compromise, you're compromised. The door's open.
There's that funny story about him playing better hungover once.
Right. And the source uses that to show the contrast. That might happen by fluke, but it's the opposite of consistent discipline. Gehrig knew what he was trading.
He missed some easy pleasures.
but understood that the fast, easy life misses something much bigger, fully realizing your potential. The discipline was the reward, in a way.
Even at the end, with his illness, losing control of his body, his will kept him together.
It speaks volumes about that cultivated strength.
Oh. And one specific physical habit the sources really hit on is rising early.
Yeah, why? Because your willpower is often strongest then, before the emails, the calls, the distractions pile up.
It's why CEOs hit the gym, writers write.
People read, think, tackle the hard stuff. It's a chance to get a jump on the day, on yourself, maybe even the competition.
Gather that flowering potential, as the source puts it.
And yet, how often do we just hit snooze, waste those best hours?
Yeah. The sources link it back to like historical practices, ancestors rising for prayer, farm work.
Reclaiming something essential, maybe? Jonathan Edwards noted, even Christ rose early.
And again, it's not about rejecting pleasure, it's earning it.
Right. Treat your body well, exercise, hustle. That's the work. Pleasure is the reward for that work.
Theodore Roosevelt is another example here, isn't he?
A huge one. Born weak, asthma. He literally remade his body and life through the strenuous life.
Constant activity, even as president.
He trained himself to know that the voice of fatigue wasn't the boss. He was trained for it. He could push through.
That leads into quitting bad habits. Eisenhower quitting smoking at 58.
Yeah, after all he'd done, he just said, the only way to stop is to stop. Saw it as a duty.
And Richard Feynman, the physicist.
Amazing story. Felt a disconcerting desire for a drink, totally separate from enjoyment. Just a pull.
And he just quit on the spot.
On a spot. Realized nothing should have that kind of automatic power over him.
Which gets to that core idea. Dependency is a kind of slavery.
Seneca warned about it. Slaves to money, ambition, sex, hope, fear. The first step is just admitting the dependency.
Whatever it is, cigarettes, social media, complaining, needing approval.
Doesn't matter if it's socially okay. Is it good for you? Or is it slowly killing your potential, your spirit?
The sources offer a test, right? Would you start it today?
Yeah. If this habit, this app, this job, whatever, if it was new today, knowing what you know, would you start?
And if the answer is no.
Why continue? It's never too late to stop being a slave to something. Choose freedom.
Another route to freedom mentioned is avoiding the superfluous. Cato the Elder again.
Simple clothes, simple food, simple life. It wasn't just being quirky.
Why did it matter?
Because desiring more than you need makes you vulnerable, less self-sufficient. Cato turned down gifts, worked for free sometimes, kept things simple.
Like that Spartan king saying their way of life gave them freedom?
Exactly. The less you desire, the richer, the freer, the more powerful you are.
Yeah.
It sounds simplistic, but the source argues it's profoundly true.
Reuben Carter in prison.
Yeah.
Taking that to an extreme.
Right. Stripped away everything, no pillows, nothing. So the guards had zero leverage. He couldn't be threatened by losing what he didn't value or possess.
Compare that to someone drowning in debt, stuck in a job they hate.
Who's really freer. When someone says, I'd die without my, whatever luxury.
Yeah.
The source asks, how do others live like that?
The answer?
They're stronger than you. It's blunt.
Okay, so physical discipline is the foundation, but it's not the whole picture.
Not at all. Plenty of people master their bodies, but are, frankly, a mess inside. Distracted, biased, moody, impulsive.
And that holds them back, causes misery.
Definitely. So true self-control, true temperance, isn't just about what we do. It's how we think, how we feel, how we carry ourselves. These inner traits, they might matter even more.
FDR is mentioned here, second-class intellect, first-class temperament.
Given what polio took from him physically, that temperament was everything, wasn't it? Our head and heart, they're the command system.
Are you in command, or are they just yanking you around?
That's the choice. It's about ruling over yourself. Queen Elizabeth II is a huge example in the source material.
Churchill saw her temperament even as a baby, apparently.
She built this life of incredible self-control, service, perseverance, real mental and emotional discipline.
But not just stiff upper lip. She was lively, sharp.
Oh, yeah. But her brilliance was often quiet, knowing more than she let on, listening deeply, patience. She was okay being underestimated sometimes.
Knowing her actions would speak eventually.
And her strength in not expressing opinions on things she couldn't control, despite her power. That's remarkable restraint today.
She studied people, found freedom within the strict limits of her role, channeled energy productively.
And her approach to change is key, that motto. If things are going to stay the same, then things are going to have to change.
So discipline isn't resisting change.
No, It's the strength to adapt, to make the best of things, to find growth with poise, equanimity. What else can you do, really?
And she wasn't cold, tolerant of mistakes.
Apparently, quite easy to talk to. It was hard to be her, but she didn't make it hard on others.
Her response to criticism, the annus horribilis.
Masterful. Accepted accountability. Criticism is good, but asked for gentleness, good humor, understanding. Drew a line against cruelty. Even adapted subtly, like her accent over time.
Greatness is also what you refuse to do.
Exactly. Bearing constraints, working within limits, calmly, creatively. Temperance is. It's a full-time job.
George Washington faced huge challenges. What was his guide?
A line from a Stoic play. In the calm light of mild philosophy. He applied it constantly. The slander, setbacks, personal sadness.
And he wasn't naturally calm. He had to fight for it.
Oh, yeah. Sources say he fought his passions fiercely. A friend called that his greatest victory. Gilbert Stuart, the painter, felt his intense nature.
But was struck by his self-command.
He made himself that way, day by day, which leads to this idea of the pause.
The space between impulse and reaction.
The tiny, crucial space. Pause before jumping to conclusions, prejudging, assuming the worst.
Before blaming, taking offense, running away in fear.
Let the higher self step in. Pause, gather yourself, examine the impulse. Is this really true? Is it really that bad?
Let your trained temperament take over, not the raw emotion.
Leaders especially need this. They have impulses like everyone, but they're trained not to react automatically. The pause is that training.
Another mental discipline.
Commitment.
Ah, yes. The secret to deep work, real achievement. Large, uninterrupted blocks of focused time. But we rarely organize our lives for that, do we? Then wonder why we're frazzled.
The logic is simple. Saying yes to one thing means saying no to another. Finite focus.
So every no can be a yes to what really matters.
That's the power. Turning down one thing cultivates another. The challenge is steeling yourself to ignore the noise, follow the inspiration, tackle the hard stuff.
You have to cultivate that ability to commit deeply.
Because focus is a superpower today. Think of Goethe, Beethoven masters of ignoring the trivial to commit to the essential. The muses favor the focused.
Even the absent-minded professor stereotype.
Shows a willingness to pay a small social price for that deep, focused work.
Deep commitment needs patience, though, right? Edison.
His patience was key to his genius. Not just the invention, but the endless testing, the development, navigating the politics to actually deliver it.
Harvesting too early doesn't work.
The food isn't ready. Someone else might get there first. Patience lets things mature.
But high standards can curdle into perfectionism. Martha Graham example.
Yeah, the dancer, despairing over her work, seeing only flaws, feeling trapped.
High standards are good, but paralyzing perfectionism is a vice.
It steals the joy, makes it impossible to move on. The Stoics warned against quitting just because you can't perfect something. That's fear, not discipline.
You have to be brave enough to stay in the game, even imperfectly.
Graham had collaborators who pushed her, reminded her transitions matter as much as peaks.
Perfect is the enemy of good and also the enemy of done.
And the enemy of next. If you're stuck tinkering, you're stuck. Finishing is a huge act of discipline. If you struggle here, maybe the discipline is finding someone to help you let go and ship it.
Related to that, doing it now.
Don't wait. Don't warm up endlessly. Don't clear the easy stuff first. Tackle the important thing now first.
Prioritization, but also self-care. Getting it done.
Yeah, get the weight off your shoulders. Toni Morrison up early for writing, not just me time. Grab that window.
Yeah.
Wasn't easy, but she did it.
But the sources are realistic. Backslides happen. Floyd Patterson.
Losing his title, knocked down so many times, thought it was over. Guilt, misery.
Until that letter from Archie Moore, his former rival.
Incredible moment of grace. Moore broke down the fight, gave tough love, said you can do it, regain the crown.
And that snapped him out of it.
Arrested the backslide, reminded him he had agency. He trained, studied, and did it first ever to regain the heavyweight title.
So defeat isn't final. Backslides can be stopped.
We will mess up, fail discipline, lose our temper, relapse, make mistakes. Discipline doesn't fail us. We fail it sometimes.
The question is, will you get back up?
Right. Perfectionism is dangerous here. Makes it easy to just quit when you stumble. But look at Jersey Church. Joe Walcott lost so many times, kept going, won the title at 37.
If he can, we can. Discipline demands we get back up. Destiny depends on it.
Then there's the battle against pain. JFK's story.
Constant severe pain, doctor shopping, drugs for escape, which caused more problems.
He wanted a magic fix. But eventually a doctor showed him simple exercises helped more than the drugs. He wished he'd known sooner.
The source warns against those Dr. Feelgoods, right? Sirens promising easy relief.
Without the real work, yeah. It's a seductive trap.
It connects to today, doesn't it? Talk about doing the work with psychedelics, maybe.
While sometimes overlooking basic, proven things like exercise, therapy, especially with things like the opioid crisis ongoing.
That search for the one pill, the easy escape.
It makes us vulnerable. Escape often leads to more pain down the road. Doing the work means tackling root causes, holistically. Injury, psychology, not just masking symptoms.
Which brings us to pleasure is earned. Epicurus wasn't about indulgence.
Not at all. He found happiness in simplicity, tranquility. Asking for a small pot of cheese was a treat.
Contrast that with King George V excess becoming a nightmare, or Babe Ruth feeling sick all the time.
We avoid excess not just because it's bad, but because it often creates a miserable existence right now.
The body is stupid in its immediate wants. Temperament has to save it.
That's the idea. The body wants more, more, more. Self-control steps in. Like Plato's dinner's enjoyable even the morning after.
If you're hungover, stuffed, regretful, was it really that great?
Churchill's line is the test. Did he take more out of alcohol than it took out of him? Ask not just what pleasure gives, but what it takes. How will it age?
Another key inner discipline, ignoring what doesn't matter.
Life constantly gives you chances to get upset, offended, drawn in. You can just decline the invitation.
Cato the Younger getting hit and saying he didn't remember it.
Refusing to give it power over him. Or James Peck, the freedom rider, whose non-retaliation stunned his attackers.
It takes two to fight if you react.
You're complicit. You traded self-control for the indulgence of anger or offense. Hotheads make bad choices. Just decline.
Cultivate the ability to ignore, endure, forget unintentional slights too.
Don't let someone else's lapse damage you more than the slight itself. Ruth Bader Ginsburg's advice. It helps to be a little deaf. Guided her through so much.
Why endure? Why be deaf sometimes?
Because you have work to do. They often want you upset. Reply to every attack, get dragged into every argument.
Yeah.
You lose. You get nothing important done. They win.
It's easy to meet intemperance with intemperance.
But someone else's bad behavior isn't an excuse for yours. That's not how you succeed. Arthur Ashe Jr. channeled it all productively. Nothing could stop him.
But sometimes, passion just takes over. Beware this madness.
The Sam Cassell big balls dance injury. Perfect, if painful, example.
A fit of passion blinds you, carries you away, overrides everything.
In that moment, patience, biting your tongue, resisting, feels impossible. But that madness, anger, anxiety, envy, lust, it costs us, causes deep regret, derails lives.
So the key is, slow down, think.
Find those insertion points for discipline before the madness takes hold. Don't be driven by forces you don't control.
Like Mr. Rogers said, plan something wrong, stop, do something else, see someone else spiraling, help them redirect.
We are in charge. Our training, our temperament, that's the guide, not momentary passion.
And related to controlling outbursts, silence is strength. The Spartans again.
Known for courage, sure, but also for their quietness. Laconic.
With power often comes the feeling you can say anything.
But the discipline not to. That creates presence. Gravitas.
It's hard today, though, isn't it? Ego wants to talk. Tech exploits that. Share, argue, hot takes.
Why jump in? Fear of looking dumb. Can't stand someone else being wrong. Feel like you have to have an opinion.
And the result?
Trouble, usually.
Yeah.
Rarely helps. Distracts from the main thing.
Can you keep a secret? Bite your tongue. Let someone else deliver news. Put up with being misunderstood for a bit.
It's a balance, right? Courage to speak up when needed.
Versus the discipline to stay focused, shut up sometimes, and measure your words carefully when you do speak.
Right. Sloppy language. Semantic creep. The source connects it to sloppy thinking, bad temperament. Words should matter. Zeno. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them in proportion.
Free speech is a right, not an obligation to constantly broadcast.
Let them wish you talked more. Let them wonder. Your words gain weight when they're rare and chosen.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. Discipline in relationships and leadership. A leader without restraint is just a follower.
That's the argument. Following impulses, pressure, ego. Churchill and WPII constantly provoked, pressured.
But his strategy needed restraint, resisting that second front call.
Remembering the losses of WWI. Refusing to sacrifice another generation needlessly, too soon. That's leadership restraint.
And someone who can't resist power, they're dangerous.
Yeah, like an addict. Power has them. They can't plan succession, empower others. Anything that might lessen their own grip. Sustainable success is hard then.
Washington choosing the Cincinnatus path back to the farm.
Resisting that siren song of continuous power. Hard labor, civilian control. Putting country above self because he'd conquered his own need for power.
Plato, the best leaders don't want or need power.
Because they've conquered their appetites, their ego. Makes them stronger, calmer, kinder, more focused on what's right, less corruptible.
Churchill declining the dukedom fits here too. Must die as Winston Churchill.
Rooted in who he was, not a title. Another leadership discipline. Set the standard for yourself, General Mattis.
Privilege of command is command, not perks. Take the smaller tent, pass the extras down, be harder on yourself.
Plutarch saw it ages ago. Leaders think ruling means freedom from rules. No, you follow them more strictly. Show you mean it. Higher standard for yourself. More you have, more selfless you are.
Show, don't just tell. First in danger, last for reward.
Exactly. Mattis's words mattered because he lived that way.
Which connects to always giving your best. Rickover and Carter.
That piercing question. Did you do your best? Carter admits, no, not always.
And Rickover's final question.
Why not?
Yeah.
Just why not? Why hold back? Why half-ass it? Afraid? Think it doesn't matter. What could you do if you really committed? Why bother at all if not your best?
That question shaped Carter.
Rickover saw him as a success not for winning everything, but for trying his absolute best to do right, regardless of outcome.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Giving your best protects you.
From outcomes, from ego. Success, you know you could do more. Failure, you know you couldn't have done more. You always control giving your best. Always.
No one stops that. You don't have to be number one.
Not winning isn't the main thing. Ralph Ellison, your best is good enough. Not perfect. Your best. Leave the rest to fate, critics, whatever.
And a final relationship discipline. Tolerant with others, strict with yourself.
Cato. Forgive everyone's mistakes but my own, Franklin. Look for virtues in others, vices in yourself. Marcus Aurelius. Tolerant with others, strict with yourself.
The only person you really need to be hard on is you.
And that takes self-control. Letting others slide on things you wouldn't, letting them make choices you see as bad, it's hard.
The Kobe Bryant example is interesting here. His intensity drove teammates away sometimes.
Yeah, the source suggests his inability to tolerate teammates not being Kobe's might have cost him support. His extreme self-strictness needed more tolerance for others' paths.
Good discipline can be contagious, but you gotta be okay if you're the only one with it.
Exactly. Escaping your own faults is the main job. We're not perfect enough to police everyone else when we have so far to go ourselves.
But that self-strictness can inspire others. Cato the Younger, King George VI, Antoninus.
They made others better by their example. You become the hero you need. You live in a way that calls others up.
Antoninus molded Marcus through his example, not lectures.
The self-disciplined just do the job. Their actions speak louder. They don't shame, but their presence calls others to step up.
Seneca's quote, "Happy is a man who makes others better, even when just in their thoughts."
That's the quiet power. Starts inside, radiates out. If it's not contagious at all, maybe it's not that strong yet.
Okay, bringing it towards the end, embracing the whole journey requires flexibility and adaptability. Seems counterintuitive to discipline.
A bit, yeah. But Master Musashi realized he had to break his own rigid style sometimes. Avoid that hammer-nail thinking. Rigidity is a trap.
So temperance is sticking to your guns, but that's not enough.
Not always. Look at Tom Brady. Early greatness from discipline, sure. But longevity, multiple championships, that came from pliability.
Physically and mentally flexible, adjusting to the game, teams, eras.
Exactly. Ollie's trainer. An oak stands tall but must bend or break. Oak makes good coffins, too.
Ouch. People get buried in their own rigidity, the way we've always done things.
So you have to cultivate change, flexibility, constantly, like the queen changing small things to preserve the big ones. It's not always easy.
But the alternative is fragility, brittleness.
Formlessness, like water, is unbreakable. Choose. Self-control's into prison. It's a way to live flexibly, blending old and new, adjusting without bitterness.
And the focus should be on progress, not perfection.
Right. You don't fully control the outcome, but you do control the process. Are you getting better, day by day? Room for improvement.
Marching orders, make progress. That's it.
Like Gehrig, facing the end. Can't control lifespan, only how you live it. The point isn't just being good at something, it's becoming good. Character.
Antoninus Pius achieved inner triumph, clear conscience, respect through daily discipline. That's human flourishing.
Manu Ginobili finding perspective after that finals loss. How I'm not having fun changed his focus back to the process, the joy. Temperance saves us from laziness and from being too hard on ourselves or others, makes us our best.
And finally, Being unchanged by success. Angela Merkel.
Night the wall fell. One beer, went home, worked tomorrow. As chancellor, same apartment, paid for seats, shopped for groceries. Rooted in who she was, pastor's daughter.
Ado the Elder. Same habits, young and old. Queen Elizabeth at Philip's funeral, alone following rules.
Immense self-discipline. Duty stiffened her spine, elevated her even in grief.
That's the result of moderation, self-control, resilience, tranquility in any circumstance. Marcus Aurelius. Lift me up, hurl me, my spirit will be gracious. Stop caring what others do, only what you do. Head straight for the finish line.
So to wrap it all up, in the beginning was the deed. Temperance, self-discipline, it underpins everything else. Courage, justice, wisdom, they're hollow without it.
Words are easy, deeds are hard. The author even used this writing the book, right? Leaning on the process.
Exactly. Faced doubt, challenges, leaned on the routine, the philosophy. Love the discipline you know, let it support you. Showed up, sorted, walked, journaled. Consistent discipline got it done.
His own habits, the walk, journal, food, avoiding noise, managing temper, they're the daily deeds.
And remember Ginobili. Temperance saves us from extremes, helps us be our best. And Tinus, Marcus, they weren't perfect. They tried, course-corrected, stayed humble. That gives us hope.
Follow their paths, or the path of the Neros.
Discipline makes you better. And it can make others better, too. Like Cato, King George, and Tinnitus. Seneca's quote about influencing others even in thought.
So your discipline starts inside you, your choices, your actions. But its power doesn't stop there, does it? The final thought maybe is, what will your commitment call others to achieve?
That's powerful.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into self-discipline. We've seen it's a daily practice, body-mind interactions about controlling yourself, your effort, not outcomes or others.
It really is a journey.
Take some time. Think about these examples, these ideas. What resonates with you? Where can you apply something starting today? Even something small.
Progress, not perfection.
Exactly. We look forward to taking another deep dive with you very soon. Until next time.